Hi, in this video, I'm going to continue going through my overseeding process. Stay tuned.
So today is the big day where I'm going to be overseeding. The first day I cut my lawn to the lowest setting, which for me is 1.5 inches. And then the next day I dethatched my lawn using a rake because I have a small lawn. And now I'm going to actually put the seed down, add some fertilizer, and water the seed. So stay tuned. So to overseed my lawn, I'm going to follow the following steps. The first thing I'm going to do is just rake the area with a regular rake. And I'm just going to do like one section at a time. So I'm going to rake the entire area. I'm going to put some soil down in any of the really thin or bad looking spots. Then I'm going to punch some holes throughout using just a little aerating hand tool that I bought at Home Depot. And then I'm going to spread up the seed, gently rake it in because you want to make sure the soil and the seed have good contact with one another. And then I will cover the area of peat moss. Once I finish all these different sections, I'm going to spread some starter fertilizer and water the lawn for about 15 minutes. So here are the tools that I'm going to be using for this project. Again, the first thing I'm going to do is rake a section. Just using this Viscose rake I have here. It's just a regular rake. Works really well for dethatching as well. Yesterday I used the Groundskeeper 2 rake, which is excellent for dethatching, and I definitely would recommend that rake if you have a small lawn. Once I do that, I'm going to add some topsoil to certain spots that I feel may need it. This is the Scott's brand. I know some people have issues with this because sometimes there are weed seeds in here, but I had pretty good luck with it. I may switch soils in the future, but for now this is what I purchased and I'm stuck with it now. And I'm just going to add this to spots where I see it is maybe more bare than other spots, or I knew had some thinning issues or whatever. So I'll be adding that to certain spots. Then I will be punching holes throughout the lawn, aerating, and don't mind the cobwebs, it's been a while since I used this thing, but this is just a handheld aerator, just punches holes in the ground. I have a small lawn, so this works out well for me. If you have a huge lawn, you may want to consider renting an aerator machine. So this does not make plugs, but it worked really well for me this spring, so I will use this since I do have it on hand. Once I do that, I'm going to spread the seed, and I may use a spreader or I just may use my hands. Last time I used my hands. I'm using the Scott's Sunshade Mix, and I did use this in the spring as well. It worked out pretty well. The grass I got is a very nice dark green and seems to hold up in stressed conditions. Then I'm going to spread some peat moss, and I'm sure this is enough peat moss for this project, though I may need another bag. And then finally I have some starter fertilizer here. This is just the Scott's regular starter fertilizer, plain and simple. I already put tenacity down. I did buy a starter fertilizer with the same ingredient as tenacity, but I'm actually saving that for the spring if I decide to overseed in the spring. So I'm just using this regular Scott's starter fertilizer. So those are all my ingredients for this project. Let's get started. So now I'm ready to apply my starter fertilizer. And this fertilizer will help the grass grow. It's ideally for new grass. So on the back of the bag is just a setting of 3.5 for my Edgeguard Mini. So that's what I'm going to be using. And the pellets are just little white pellets, nothing fancy. So I applied the starter fertilizer, and now the only thing I need to do is water the lawn. I'm just going to use my hose for today, and tomorrow I'll be using my sprinkler. You should water your lawn 2 to 3 times a day for the next 3 weeks.